Today I wanted to talk about the emperor cichlid. Some of you may remember we bought 5 of them, I want to say about a month or a month and a half ago. Unfortunately, we're down to the last one. This is the only one remaining. They started out fabulously, as you remember, feeding after 10 minutes in the tank. And established well, and then started dying off one by one without any obvious reasons. They would feed very well, have nice stomachs, and then stop feeding, spend some time away from they usually were in a school. They like to be near each other, or it liked to be near each other. And then they would be outside of the school, somewhere in the corner, or in the other spot of the tank. And then they would die. I think out of the 4 losses, I found the first 2 corpses. I thought maybe they were just weak or whatever, but then we lost another 2, and I didn't even find them. I mean, in this tank they could have been torn apart or eaten because they're not very big. So that's our only guy left. I don't know what to describe it to. Someone in the comments wrote that they're sensitive. As I said, I don't know anybody who keeps them, who could share their wisdom and experience. I don't know anybody. Maybe you do, but I don't. So if you can point me to that person's videos or blogs or posts, I'd appreciate it. But as of now, it looks like they were getting sick with something that didn't have any external symptoms. And all they like hotter water because they are from Lake Tanganyika. And as I said in the prior video, I'm adding raw well water to this tank. So the hardness in this tank is about on the low border of their recommended range, which is the recommended minimum is 175 ppm of hardness, and ours is about 180, 190. So at least superficially it's not bad. It's not the reason for them, or not insufficient hardness is not the reason for them to be dying like that. This guy feeds very well. See, he eats flakes, he likes pellets, he stuffs his mouth with pellets, and then takes a bit of a time to soften them up and then swallow them. New life spectrum pellets are known for being hard, but then again they keep their shape and don't fall apart like other pellets do quickly in the water, or relatively quickly. See, his mouth is already full, his pouch is extending under his... So they all fed like that. It's not like this was the only one who was feeding like that. They all fed like that, fed very well. They liked fish pieces too. And then they would start getting picky and then go off food completely. This is all in the course of like a week. And they would sit on the outskirts of the school, and then of course they would just die. So they're very rarely offered, and they're expensive. But the most thing that hurts is that I don't know why this is happening. I expected them to be, all African cichlids seem to be really tough if you give them the right hardness. That's pretty much their only requirement. They hate soft water. So if you give them the right hardness, they're usually as strong as nails. I mean, as tough as nails. But not these guys. And again, I forgot which peer on YouTube made a comment that they are sensitive. But perhaps they know exactly what they're talking about. They're exactly maybe very sensitive to, but I don't know to what. To the bacterial or viral cultures of other fish. I mean, are they not? Maybe they're not hardy, not as robust of an immune system is theirs. But that was a stark contrast to see them eat so well. And diverse foods. They were getting excellent nutrition and then just stop eating and die. So this is our last hope. I'm afraid to have a high hope. It's 1 for 5. Horrible chances, horrible statistic. The last one we lost was about, I want to say, a week ago. I thought he was going to come back. Oh, wow, did you see that? He spat out 4 pellets out of his mouth. 4 large NLS pellets he held in his mouth and still was hitting the flakes and other things in the water column. I actually was giving them also bloodworms. I had a few packages of bloodworms. I thought maybe they're also spitting out a lot of food. But bloodworms, they and other fish cannot refuse. So I fed them a lot of bloodworms to make sure they had them at their disposal almost as much as they wanted. There's a lot of competition for bloodworms in this tank. Everybody wants them. But it didn't help. It didn't matter. Everything occurred the same way before or after I started offering the bloodworms. Usually they're pretty fearless. I mean, they would come out and meet me, especially when they were in school. They would show excitement when they saw me, hoping to be fed. Despite being so small. I'd say this guy's about 3 inches, maybe 3.5 at most, probably 3. Alright, that's a little set update. On the 5 emperors, having lost 4. And putting all our hope and bets on the survivor